Pop. Pop, pop. Pop. Pop, pop. Pop. Pop, pop. Pop. Pop.
Here.
Hello and welcome to Misfits and Monsters.
Is this reality?
I don't know if this is working or not, but if it is, hello to anybody that might have stumbled upon this by accident, because I did fuck all promotion for this because I didn't really think it was worth it. So there's a positive introduction for this this endeavour. Okay, we've got almost a full crew on board this evening, so I'm going to hand over introductions to the players. So, to my screen left, no, screen right, sorry, that's wrong completely. Screen right is Craig. Craig, you're up. Tell us about your character and stuff.
Who am I? I play Cray, a reptilian, bugbear, fighter. Sometimes remembers he's got amnesia. Yeah, that's it. That's great. Flawless.
Well done. Like, it's not like you're rusty at doing this at all. Pro.
I know.
Yeah.
I think after like 3 years we'd get better.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
deep roleplay. I've got amnesia.
So below Craig is Kat, who isn't eating for once at this point during the.
I did my eating.
Oh.
I did my eating. Tom has just finished eating, so he may hand me a magnum.
All right. I think that's acceptable.
It's not a request.
And we can
Magnums?
we can petition. Who makes Magnum? Is it Walls? I don't know.
I don't know actually.
Can they
It just says
furnish
Magnum
us
on
with
it.
complimentary Magnums for next session?
Oh, I
Thank
wish.
you. Yeah.
Get to
Lifetime
find
supply
out.
of Magnums.
Well, we swapped between Magnums and Soleros.
Oh, we had some knockoff Soleros actually
Oh.
today, and they were as good.
Well, the opposite of ice cream
Is
Kayla.
good segue, Kat.
Segue,
Well
that's
done.
pretty
See,
much.
Craig, that's a professional at work.
Yeah. So Kayla, I play Kayla. She's a lilac-skinned tiefling. She has an affinity for fire, which is not like ice cream. Her combined prowess of whip and flames makes her a formidable part of the Misfits. Blowing up anything in her path, she runs from her troubled past. How long until that catches up with her and gives her the opportunity to take the revenge she deserves?
Pro.
I've learned more about your character in that last 10 seconds.
Oh, he gave me a magnum anyway.
Yeah.
There's your reward.
Fulfilled.
That's see,
Yes.
I had a deal with Tom that if you did well, he would reward you with a magnum. There you go.
Oh,
It's all because of
he
me.
was in on it. He was
Yeah.
in on it.
Yeah.
It was the
Is it
reward
wa-
for
is it
actually writing
walls?
an intro.
Yeah. Nice one, Cat. Okay,
3 years
so
in.
Max, tell us about your
Oh,
dead
God.
character.
Hi, I'm Max. I play a character called Bog. My adopted son Grog is dead. Long
no.
live Grog.
Rob lives.
Grog.
Bog's a gnomish wizard, and his dead partner slash transportation Grog was a huge lumbering ogre.
Past tense already.
Yeah,
Oh.
just gonna let him go. He's gone.
That was faster.
What,
We
no,
have
no
options.
effort to revive him. Yeah, he's fucking dead. He's dead.
People can die.
You can bring him back.
Okay, Mike, please hit us with the wisdom.
Okay, I am playing Ezra. Cool as ice, smooth as cream. See what I did there? Ezra brings some much needed sophistication to the misfit rabble. An Aasimar Bard paladin, he tests the might of both pen and sword, striving for feats of heroism worthy of his own tales.
Ooh.
You've
Oh,
heard all that before.
Neat, yeah. But Mike,
So he is
the delivery
like-
this
so he's
time
ice
was
cream.
flawless. Like that was just smooth,
Because I was reading directly from it.
smooth as cream, like you said. All right. Last but not least, we have Has.
Hello, I'm Has. I play as Cinnamon and Straw scented seasonal boy Bramble, a hex-slinging pale whiz kid from a corn patch somewhere in plains of WHEREIN, with a penance manners and a glare equally as devilish, here to somewhat uphold the law and order in his twisted sort of way. God, I almost missed him.
there's a question.
Like, wait, what? Am I upholding the law? I had to question myself. I'm like, am I actually upholding the law?
Am I the
Has,
law?
are you bejeweled? Have you got decor? Am I looking
Oh,
at
mate.
Are you got chandeliers? Like what?
Yeah, man.
Lovely. I'm jealous. I want one. Okay, cool. So, recap time. Basically, you have gone through at least 2 gargantuan-sized beasts and almost defeated Waterdeep before he teleported away from you onto another of the beasts that is now stomping its way over towards you under his direction via its rider, who is commanding it currently. And this one looks like a gigantic feline brute of some kind, with like multiple limbs and far more muscular than you're accustomed to see in a cat, even a big cat like a lion or a saber-tooth. And where did we leave it? I can't remember. You'd fallen to the floor off Khan as it crumbled, because Khan
Yeah.
No, just me and Mike, me
just
and Ezra.
yeah. So you took some
Quite a bit
wounds
of-
from that
yeah.
fall, didn't you? Whereas the rest of you are still riding upon the back of the ancient gold dragon Oranax, who is aiding you in this fight.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll pick up from you guys lying in the dirt, like.
I was going to say, the last thing I remember was, I think you were going to pick up the shield, Cray, or someone was.
Oh, you're going to try and find Warduke's shield amongst the rubble?
Something, there was something they were going to do.
Or were you going to try and find the statue of Khan amongst the rubble or something?
Oh, that was it.
I was going to look for Khan's statue
Hmm.
near where the head dropped.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, you can do that. I'm just going to put some music on in the background. Here we go, courtesy of Heimat der Catastrophe, who are an excellent Dungeon Synth label, with all of their releases that you may hear samples of on this stream on Bandcamp. Anyway, yeah. So what are you doing then, gang? Am I right? Who was in the rubble? Ezra and Cray and who else?
Just as.
Just Ezra and Cray, and everybody else was on the back of Oranax in some way or another. What about Sif? Where was Sif?
I think we made a jump for Sif, like we rolled.
And did he make it? So he's
Yeah.
just safely like on like the ruins of a top of a building or something, like waiting to see what happens next. Okay.
So, as I was going to say, while we're down here, may as well see if we can find the idol for the big guy.
Bramwell's gonna look down like, I think his lips are moving. He's saying something. I can't tell.
So I'd like to cast Locate Object.
Nice. Okay.
Hang on, I'll tell you what that does. Or maybe you know, I don't know. Do you know?
Okay, object.
Does. Describe or name an object that's familiar to you. So, the idol that summons. What's his name? Bony dude.
Con!
So we can sense the object, sense the direction to the object as long as it's within 1,000 feet. And I can maintain that for 10 minutes.
Okay. So you get a magical like ping from where this thing is, somewhere like quite far below you in the heap of rubble and bones shards that are collected around the area where Khan crumbled into pieces. So it would take significant amount of digging to get through to it, but you know where it is, but it is more or less below you somewhere amongst the debris that you are in and amongst and on top of.
Okay, so I guess I'll say to Cray, I think it's beneath us, but I don't know how far down.
I'll start digging. What check would that be?
Strength, I would assume. Strength athletics.
Oh, okay, so that's a 28.
28. Okay, so yeah, you start shifting as much of the detritus and rubble out of the way to try and dig your way down under Ezra's direction, but you see that this feline monster is just like he's like cannonning its way across the fields of the dead towards you.
Can
Not
I
the fields
ask
of the dead.
Oranax
That's the other game.
Yeah.
The necropolis. What's the necropolis called in Waterdeep? I have completely forgotten.
City of the Dead.
The City of the Dead. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, can I ask Oranax to quickly, if we can swoop down and help with whatever they're doing down there?
Yes, you can do if you want to. He's like,
In the least case, it'll be useful to get on his back. So
yeah. So he's like, what do you want me to do? Say again.
I'll call to Oranax, like wave him down. We need some help trying to dig out the idol. I'm not sure we'll be able to do it in time, but it's somewhere beneath this rubble.
So he shouts to you, doesn't look likely, but okay. And then he dives down towards where you are, Cray.
Does it seem like there's seconds?
Oh yeah, like this thing's going to be on you imminently.
Oh shit, okay.
But I will allow you to do
I'll climb on
check.
his back then, in that case.
Okay, so what is it? Hang on, I'm just bringing up a web page so that I can kind of map orient. Here it is. Whoa. So yeah, it's coming at you from the City of the Dead. So it's like smashing through buildings. The street is like exploding with each of its huge paws as they smash down onto the ground. So Ezra, you've climbed back up onto Oranax. Cray, are you continuing to keep digging?
Digging for my buddy.
Okay. Okay. So can you? So Oranax says to all of you, he's like, it's nearly here. Shall I take off again? What do you want to do, Pink One? He's talking to you, Craig.
Yeah, go! Distract the giant cap!
You're
Right,
gonna
you
stay here
are.
and keep digging.
So he beats his wings and flies. So do everybody? Can somebody who's controlling Oranax do a dex? Actually, no. Do a strength athletics check as well. I don't think that's very good.
Who has the deeds up?
I've got it. It's just be strength because he hasn't got any of that shit.
I've got so few spells really left.
27.
Yeah, I think that's going to beat me, despite the fact that I'm just trying to find the monster stats. Come on, where are you? Good gravy. Too many pages.
It's gracious.
These all of its abilities that you're going to use on us.
Never slash.
So you got 20.
27, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron,
And
you
what
just
did-
went green.
Huh?
Oh no, you're back again.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah,
went
that was
green.
good.
That's
effects
new
go.
for me.
it's rude to
Oh.
point it out.
Is he still there?
Yeah, can you not hear me?
He's kind of frozen.
It's like a slideshow at my end.
Yeah. It's like PowerPoint.
No.
Wait, we can hear you though.
He's
You
got
can hear me,
slow
but you can't
concern,
see
so
me.
He's in his bedroom.
I
Yeah.
see. I didn't even realise. Oh no.
Gremlin has returned.
Of course, some technical hiccups.
Hello? Can you hear me? See me?
Hello. Yes, we can.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, there's the first of
weird.
them. That's the first gremlin.
Is the stream still going?
Is the stream still going? Can somebody check?
It is, yes.
Okay.
But
Well, I'm glad that was captured for posterity.
there's just a big your face.
Yeah, it's like it's reset the whole fucking window.
Oh.
Why? Why? Go. That should do it. Though I've gone green again.
Have you?
Temporarily.
Can you still
Oh, there
hear
we
me?
go. I can see us all in our slots now on the stream. Oh no.
No.
How about now?
And you're back.
Am I back?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's updated on the stream too.
Good grief. Alright, well, I guess we're going to be having fun with that for the rest of the session. So I got a 17, so you actually beat me.
Cool. Cool.
So you dig down, make another strength check, please, Cray.
Has he gone again?
Oh no.
Are you still there, Aaron?
Hello?
No. That's so weird. Why would it be working for you downstairs but not for Aaron upstairs?
I guess because he's streaming as well.
Yeah. Is it a computing power thing? Or
Yeah.
then?
Hello?
Possibly.
Am I back?
I can see him moving but I can't hear him.
You can't hear me? Oh, Jesus.
Can't hear you, Aaron.
Whoa! No.
I think it's showing the symbol, just like no headset symbol in your thing.
Different.
It
Have
popped
you turned off your microphone at all? I might be wrong about that though.
Video quality,
I can't see
like the speed of it, you know?
Hello?
No, still can't hear
No,
him.
that's no better.
What did you turn on before? Did you open Chrome or something?
Get rid of Chrome!
As soon as you went on, let me just look for some stats, and as soon as you did that, it went. B.
Eating your
made the
ram.
mistake of made the mistake of opening Chrome on his.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
We can, yes.
I had to switch to my webcam mic because it's somehow suddenly just stopped.
Sounds alright though, to be fair.
We can hear you.
Fine.
I don't know
Pretty
what
good.
was going on there. Jeez.
Actually, remind me, what mic am I using right now?
Okay, I guess we've not ironed out all the fucking tech gremlins, have we?
Yeah. This seems to.
I don't know how to solve these problems. It's beyond me at the minute. Okay, so Craig, what did you get for your? Did you do another strength athletics check?
Another one.
Mm.
Okay.
4 next.
For Cray.
Oh, for Cray.
Off a cray.
Yeah.
27.
27. All right. So yeah, you're like deep down into the rubble now, like in bold as the others from Oranax's back can see just like debris being thrown up from the hole that Cray has dug himself into. As you get closer to this beast in the air, so how far up have you guys decided to take Oranax? Like, is he within? I mean, is he going to engage or is he keeping his distance? What's the plan here? It's up to you, obviously, as a group.
I think go for guys on the head again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Is
this
there
Like,
is
is there
one
someone?
for us?
I'm assuming there's someone on the head of this.
There's two.
Is
There is.
the,
There's Warduke, who this is where he sort of
Oh yeah,
ported
of course. I remember now.
to. That's when he escaped from you.
Yeah.
What's the big statue doing?
It's making its way towards this new threat as soon
To
as it.
engage it?
Yeah. So you've still got the use of the Honourable Knight
Could we
walking
come in
statue.
behind the statue? So if we like follow the statue behind, it does its attack, and then we can
Using him as like a
Pop out from
shield.
behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pop out from behind and be like, wow.
Because we don't. Does everybody have ranged attacks that you could use?
Oh shit.
Oh no.
It's gone again.
No. No.
You do it, yeah.
The green's got you.
Could drop people off on the head.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this thing, looking at the appendages in Roll20,
I reckon.
I do not like that.
Oh, actually, yeah. I have just
No,
seen
whip
the
it us.
images.
I'm staring at. I reckon.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
It
I
might-
reckon the same tactic as before. Go in with a blast of weakening breath, because that
Yeah.
chances are massive.
I do have a spell I want to try, and it's like a low-level spell that I have, but I'm not sure if it will work. And it's blindness, deafness, and you can make a creature go blind or deaf. But like, would that work on such a big creature? I don't know.
But,
Try it.
the DC is probably real high.
Depends whether we want to metagame or not, but
Constitution roll, so I'm like, hey.
if we're
I'll try it
metagaming,
anyway.
then legendary saving throws.
I'm gonna cast wall of fire around them, like as a circle, like and
On the
fire.
head.
Yeah, just so that they're all like trapped within it and they take damage if they.
Oh, okay, if you want to do
Round
that, I do have Hunger of Hadar as well, which you open a gateway of darkness between the stars.
Are we all on the back of Oranax right now?
Yeah.
Cray-Cray's just digging.
Yeah.
Oh, Cracker's digging.
Yeah.
I guess if we have a moment, I'll cast Bless on us, but yeah.
What does your one do, Has?
Oh, it just opens a portal that where tentacles pop out of and attacks things.
Yeah.
I mean,
Surprise, tentacles.
what do you defeat tentacles with? More tentacles.
That's literally what- Look at those appendages. I'm like, I can do tentacles.
They can have like a tentacle wrestling match.
Bitch, call those tentacles? I'll show you tentacles.
I have a feeling this thing's tentacles are bigger than.
Oh yeah, Hunger of Hadar only level 3.
You know what's better than tentacles though? Twenticles.
Oh no.
Oh,
Dad
dear.
joke of the day.
I literally just thought that.
Only the dads were allowed to make those jokes.
I didn't hear it. Tentacles.
Okay, so
As
you're
opposed to 10.
you're piloting Oranax bit like behind the Honourable Knight as the Honourable Knight's like stomping its way to meet this new threat. Is that correct? Yeah. But you're not making any attack with Oranax at the moment.
I think
Maybe we
should-
could ready an action so that when it engages with the Honourable Knight, or when the Honourable Knight engages with it. That could be when Oranax kind of surprise, motherfucker.
We should do the weakening breath.
Yeah, I think the weakening breath.
Yeah.
Didn't we try that last week and it didn't work?
It did work.
It
Okay.
con strength saves.
Yes.
The Horn Dude, or whatever his name is, War Duke, he saved, but the Khan didn't. So you're
Let's
effective
hope
against
Woody
Khan.
can still somewhat weakened.
Yeah, so his DC might drop. He doesn't have his shield, so his AC will be lower.
The other thing I can do, like, now that
Oh,
like
right.
I've got my sort of sense together, is when he tries to. No, I can't. Never mind. I've run out of bardic inspiration.
I can use some hexes. What can I use? I don't know what to be.
I have so little left. It's.
I have loads of medium level spells.
Yeah.
I don't even have those. I
I do
have.
have. I have.
Like if I
insect
cast
damage,
bless, then all I've got is
my fifth
4
level.
first levels and a 3rd level. That is it. But I think it's worth casting bless because that seemed to work quite well. I can do that on 5 people. So that's everyone except Cray Cray.
Remember,
He's already blessed.
Yeah,
Bless you, my child.
special. Remember the vulnerable spots on a kaiju.
It's 7 buttholes.
Oh, you think we can do that? We can like get it to aim its own appendage of its own butthole.
Oh,
Well, Aaron's is like, oh no.
I haven't prepared for that. So, you have
do
to
you know
wing
what?
that.
I don't think anybody is prepared for that, Aaron.
Can't you just fight a monster normally?
No!
This is the way. Right.
Yeah, I would want to. I'm going to cast the wall of fire around them so that they can't like get out without taking damage. And then if we just sort of like nuke the same area.
Yeah, yeah.
Do we have time to do an action before it all kicks, before we roll initiative, Aaron?
No,
Shit,
definitely
okay.
not. I mean, you can prepare something as like a ready action, but there's no surprise here because it's already almost.
I don't
on.
even want to. I just
I mean,
want
it's
to
running
bless on the
towards us,
group
isn't it?
while
So-
Oh yeah,
Oranax
you
is
can do
like-
that if you wanted to do
Okay.
some buffs or something like
Yeah,
that.
I'll do bless
allow
on the
that.
group as Oranax is moving into position. So that's everyone, including Oranax, but not Cray Cray, is blessed. And not Sif, because he's not here. He doesn't get a buff.
Okay, so
Do we need to re-roll initiative?
yes, you do. Yeah, yes, please. If you could, but
Good roll. 24.
24.
That is a good point, actually. Because Grog used to be my initiative roll. He doesn't get +4 anymore.
Oh no. So
What do you get for not having legs? That's like -4.
I think
Oh,
it's
do you have,
minus
like-
1. Got
Who's-
dexterity.
I think Brummel's gonna feel bad and be like, would you want to ride on my back on top of my hat, perhaps?
I mean,
Are you strong enough?
To carry you.
I don't know. Do a strength check.
I'm 45 pounds. I'm not like
Oh,
super.
I got
heavy.
19.
but like, aren't you like? I assume you're lighter than that.
Oh, no, but 45 pounds. I think Brummel's slightly heavier than that. He's human after all, but he just filled his
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, that strength check does enable you to be able to lift Boggart up onto your shoulders, and you've got like his stumps here, clasp around your neck.
Like, I could probably squat him like 10 times until it hurts. That's Brummel.
I mean, but what are you holding on
and you
to?
do that.
Because
It's just like, "Tiger."
there's no saddle here, so I mean,
Yeah.
what are you just got hold of his ears? I mean, what forehead?
Well, I think
I'm
we
like,
should just hold
I'm
him
like digging my stumps into under his armpits.
All right. Okay. So what? You got your arms locked over his shoulders,
Yeah.
around his neck, and
So can you
stumps
use your
him.
arms at this point?
I can use one hand, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We'll have to take that
I
into account.
Okay, I do have a noose around my neck, but please do not pull it. You know, don't just go yank.
I'm just picturing the situation where Ornax like has to do like a barrel roll or something, and everyone just grabs onto life and grabs onto this. Like,
But it's like wacky races where I like go upside down and I just like land back on him.
Yeah.
What are the rest of your initiative rolls, please? I also need someone to do Oranax and the Honourable Knight as well, please.
18.
18.
I got 23, by the way.
Yeah, I got you and Ezra down. I've got you guys down. What is your dexterity, Boggart?
0.
Okay, right. Yep. What did you get, Kat?
17.
17. Very good. Cray.
21.
And what about someone needs to roll for Sif, the Honourable Knight, and Oranax?
Should I roll for Sif?
Yeah.
I'll roll for the Honourable Knight.
I'll do all that,
What stats are we using for Sif?
Oh,
Just use a
Did you
generic
have
monk.
Someone got one last week.
I think I've built a quick build of a monk.
Oh, okay. Just on D&D Beyond, just did it.
Yeah, I didn't really.
I'll do that. That's fine. I can do that.
Hey, wait, can I send this to you? Holy shit. One second, guys, sorry.
Sorry, I can do the
Sorry,
monk.
I'm
It's fine.
also getting up the Honourable Knight. The Honourable Monsters.
Just see if you guys can access this link on the messenger, sorry. Random link.
So, has anyone got Oranax, Honourable Knight, or Sif?
I've got Oranax, sorry. Oranax
Yeah,
will bring. Use your dex for
Yes.
initiative, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we can look at Sif's one. Pretty good.
14.
14.
Cool. I've also got the Honourable Knight.
Nice. So the Sif thing works for you guys, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, fucking awesome.
Sif got a 16. And
16, okay. 16!
I've no idea if that monk's any good. I just really quickly built it at the end of last week.
Better than
he's
no
got very
monk.
high stats.
Yeah.
What did the Honourable Knight get, sorry?
Oh, sorry. Is it the initiative's dex? Did you say? As
Yeah.
Well?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 30.
Woo!
Seriously?
20. His dex is 10.
Fucking hell.
I mean, sorry.
It's
Sorry, it's 20.
initiative.
My bad.
Just
My
got
bad.
modifier.
Yeah. I read the wrong one. It's just 20. I added the modifier. I was like, oh, 10. It's 'cause I think I was like in my head. I was thinking of Oranax has plus 10 as well. Like, oh yeah, that would make sense, right?
So much sense.
Okay, so Ezra gets to go first in this initiative order.
All right. So I guess
So this creature is like seconds away from, like, and it's charging towards you, like
120 feet. Would you say?
Yeah.
Cool.
It seems to be attempting a head-on sort of collision with the Honourable Knight.
Okay. So I will fire. It seems like an impossibly long. I guess it's magic, right? It's magic. Don't overthink it, Mike. I will
it's magic.
fire a guiding bolt at Warduke.
Okay. He's behind the figure riding on
Okay,
top of
then
its
whatever's
crown.
in front. Yeah.
Okay,
The
yeah.
figure in front of him.
Yep. So
Yes. Good.
just before. Oh wait, I don't think you have met him. No. Okay. Sorry. Go on.
It's not high.
Yeah.
14 to hit.
14. Let's see.
Unless this guy's like level 1. I think.
Let's see. Yeah, that hits.
What? Oh,
What?
okay.
Yep.
Surprising.
Surprising.
Oh,
Okay,
wait, no.
so
Oh wait, actually, yeah. Yeah, 14. That is a hit.
great. Cool.
Question it.
So flash of light strikes him, and he takes 46 radiant damage.
Good gravy.
The next attack roll made against that target, so that the guy at the front there, will be done at advantage.
Is that a guiding bolt?
Mystical dim light glittering on the target. So the damage he takes is 17. Not bad for a first level
17.
spell.
Okay.
No.
What is your? Let me see. Who's probably closest to this? Ezra, what is your current HP?
HP
Yeah, maximum.
maximum.
Yeah.
My maximum is 93.
93.
That is very much not the same thing as my current HP.
No, sorry, I meant as in your current maximum HP.
My
Sorry.
current HP is a lot less than that.
And how many was that a hit off for? Sorry, remind me again.
How much damage did I do?
Yeah.
It was 19. Oh, wait, what did I say? 17?
17.
Oh shit.
Do you remember what I said?
90. 17.
Let's say 17.
17.
I'm sure we're wrong, but whatever. Okay.
Radiant.
It's got a shiny carapace that rebounds the spell.
I have
That's what Terrasques do.
I didn't fire it at a Terrasque. I fired it at a little dude.
So you see the figure like take the hit, unable to avoid it, and struggling to keep hold of the reins of the beast that's kind of they're projecting from the ends of like a bit that is in the mouth of this feline monstrosity, but he manages to keep like steering it and keep his place, but he clearly was wounded by that blow.
And he now sparkles.
Yeah.
So shiny.
Landing my next attack against this guy is going to be really easy because he's so sparkly. Because magic.
Anything else on your turn, Ezra?
No, I have no more bardic inspiration. I've got nothing left to give.
So it's now
I'm
Bramble's turn.
uninspired.
Bramble with Boggart.
Oh, actually, sorry.
Oh, you got something?
Possibly. Oh no, it's an action. No, sorry, it's an action. Nope.
Okay. So as a reaction to being hit by that blow and it seeming to sort of stagger this figure on top of the feline monster's head, you see him shrug and then it's almost as if beneath this sparkly outline that's now outlining him against everything else on the battlefield like a beacon, his body seems to darken. You don't know exactly what it is, but he is now seems to be encased in some kind of shell.
Odd.
Yeah, so Bramble, it's your turn, and you have Boggart clinging to your back, like Yoda on Luke in Empire.
Yeah.
It's all in your mind.
What? Yeah, go on.
Size matters not.
I hate you.
Shut up! I regret it. I regret it all.
I have the high ground.
Let go.
That's the wrong Star Wars to reference, Max. Stop it.
Cool. Let me think.
Choices.
Okay, cool. Bramble's gonna try to cast Twist Bodies, so I'll on both Warduke and this creature. So if both of them can make a Charisma modifier roll.
Okay.
Oh, actually, make a Wisdom saving throw. Sorry.
On the giant beast and Warduke.
Oh no, on Warduke and
The rider in front of him.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is for Warduke. Do you say wisdom?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's a 17 for Warduke. And the rider. And a 20 for the rider.
Okay. Well, the rider passes, but still takes the damage or half the damage, and Warduke takes full damage. So he takes only 2d6 damage. So he takes 10 necrotic damage, and Warduke is which one's that? Twisted. No, not twisted. Sorry. Warduke is which one did I? Oh crap! My eyes are failing me.
Dead.
Warduke is dead. Broken. The victim cannot make reaction and has disadvantage on wisdom saving rolls.
Okay, so he's disadvantage.
For the number of minutes equal to your level, so that for me is 12.
12 minutes, Jesus.
Yeah, so you can't make a reaction for 12 minutes.
Man, that's a fucking hell of a spell.
Yeah, I was trying to use the other one. I kept on failing, which basically I've used on you before, Croquet, which drops your weapon. But
Yeah.
I couldn't. Whenever I tried it on Warduke, I just fucking failed the roll.
So what was the
Yeah.
damage? 10, did you say? 10 necrotic?
Yeah, it's only 10 necrotic. Yeah, but he
So-
kind of make reactions for 12 minutes.
So he's hunched and kind of holding on to like the edge of a piece of armored hide or an ear or something, and you see him like racked with the pain and then fall to one knee, but still keeping himself upright by holding on to some part of the beast's head, and he fixes you with his gaze from like behind the pilot of this beast, but he can't do anything. You can see that he's just like pissed off about the fact that you've affected him. So, okay. Anything else on your turn, Bramble?
No, that's it.
Okay, so it's now the Honourable Knight's go, which is charging across the city streets towards this beast to meet it head on. What do you guys want to do with this walking statue?
Attack.
Who's got the thing up?
I've got it up. He has
I got
multi-attack,
it.
slam, hurl, stole, and punt. Oh, do you want to punt a cat?
What's its current HP, by the way?
No.
Has anybody made a note of its HP? Because it did take some hits last time, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I was in charge of it last week. I think I was in charge of keeping track of Sif's. I've got Sif's hit points, but not anything else.
Craig, you had it, didn't you?
I've not written in any of those down. I'll just check my note page. It's probably on this piece of paper that I've erased. It wasn't massive, was it? But it was like a couple of times it got.
Yeah, it's 365 hit points at the moment. Or like on the. Well, that's its total. Sorry, my brain just.
Okay. I don't know what his notes are. It's probably taken like, I don't know, like 30 or 40 damage, hasn't it?
Yeah, I do have some like
Judging by the
options.
kind of attacks we were receiving.
Values like written down like 45.
I might be actually.
This is not me. And it's definitely not Sif. So it probably is.
Should we just say it's at 300?
Yep, we could do that. Minus 65 hit points.
Yeah. 'Cause
He
that's
took 0 hits.
I also have the note of male wizard with turban hair. That was,
Helpful.
yeah. That was the person. That was the person who kept on hurling us with.
Oh,
Yeah.
the ice guy.
That was like my
We'll
most,
find him. We'll find him later
my
on.
most important note. Like, I gotta get that guy.
Fuck that guy up.
I need to pick some. I need some paper. Of all things. Ah.
So anyway, so what was the attack? Sorry, I was faffing about there. Oh, things are getting serious now. The wine's coming out.
Oh.
Did you say you wanted to do a pun?
Still got wine.
Yeah. What?
I think
Wait,
it's
did you
wine.
nothing? Shh.
We finished up our wine yesterday.
It's a secret, despite the fact that we're broadcasting this to the entire world.
Yep.
Oh, that's good noise.
Yeah, someone's doing Foley for us. Or it could be that one of us has just peed.
Yeah.
Well, Max did vanish
Max
off
did
screen.
I just thought it'd be easier to do it in the bowl.
Nasty.
What are we waiting for? I don't know what's going on.
I think we were about to choose. We're just doing a multi-attack, right?
All right,
Yeah.
who's doing
Multi-attack,
this
okay.
then? Someone's got to
Two
roll the
melee
dice.
attacks.
Craig's doing it, right?
Oh, me?
Or was Haz doing
You've got the
it?
sheet up, haven't you?
I've got the sheet up here.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Haz doing it
Yeah,
then. My
Haz.
bad. Someone was doing it.
Yeah.
Is this too much? So who's looking after which of our characters? Who have you got? The honourable.
The honourable
knight.
knight, yeah.
Who's got or an axe?
I've got all
Craig.
that.
Craig.
Okay, that's it, isn't it? That's all we need. Oh, Sif. Who's got Sif?
I have Sif's hit points here, so
Hit points.
I guess me.
And also, I do have
Have you got the
open.
link to his character sheet if you need to make saves?
No, I've just got minuses. I don't know what the total is.
Right. Do
I've got the
you
character sheet
see
open at
the
the
link that
Yeah, if
Craig
you send me it, that would be helpful.
He sent it on Messenger.
Ah.
Cool. And Max and I will just sit back.
Into my pen.
So yeah, someone needs to roll an attack
Cool.
for the.
I'll
honourable
do
knight.
two. He makes 2 melee attacks, slam and punt. So that's so it's 18 plus 16 to hit. That's a hit, right?
Well, I don't know. Tell me what
34.
the total is.
34 to hit. I didn't want to do the math. I was like, no.
Man, if the,
I'm
if
not
the
doing
AC
maths
is-
for you. I've got
if
enough.
the AC is 35, then we're all screwed.
I can barely do my
34.
own maths.
34 to hit.
Oh, that is it. Yes, yes indeed.
That's a relief.
Yes indeed. But you know, it was close.
Okay, so
Never tell me the odds.
he takes 3d12 plus 10 bludgeoning damage. So let me just roll that. Hit 38 bludgeoning damage,
38. Okie doke.
and for its second attack, gonna punt that cat.
No!
And that's plus 16. That's 17 plus. Oh, what the hell wrong am I? Plus 16, which is. So that's 33 to attack?
Yep, that's a hit.
Oh, cool. Sorry, it's a bit back and forth with this. So. 6d10 plus 10. So that's 35 points. So wait, give me a second. Is that plus 10 as well? Plus 10. 35 points of bludgeoning damage from that kick.
35. Okay.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So it takes the hits, but intercepting its rampage towards you, but it does not stop its progression. Like it just takes the hits and just keeps like
Okay.
what's the word where something is bounding? It's
Powering through.
I don't know.
It's,
There's a specific word that I'm looking for that has vacated the premises of my brain.
Prancing.
No, it's anyway. That'll do. It's bounding. It's bounding. Bounding sounds so friendly though. It's like wee. It's like it's gambling along, and it's like a pony.
Have you
But it
got like
isn't
a
doing that.
light up nipple boob
Charging
on your,
towards you.
No, it's my mic.
Is that it for the Honourable Knights go? So yeah, is that it? Has?
That's
Yeah.
more-
No.
So this creature collides with the walking statue, and
You do 2 attacks, Haz?
Yep.
It's multi-attack, right?
Yeah, I did 2. I kicked it, and I punted it, and I also did the other thing, which is the slam.
so it opens its jaws, which distend to an extent that's like shouldn't be physically possible. Like it unhinges and opens into a gaping fang-line maw, and as it's like barreling towards the Honourable Knight, it turns its head in an effort to sort of clamp it in its jaws around its shoulders. So I'm going to make an attack. Let's see what we get. That is a 20 to hit. Is that a hit on the Honourable Knight?
Yep.
Okay, so I need you to do a strength saving throw, please.
It's only 22.
22, so it fails. So as it bites down on the Honourable Knight's torso, its fangs scrape across the exterior of its armor plating, which is just stone but looks like armor plating, scoring like huge like rends in the surface, and you take good grief. There's a lot of dice to roll. Let's see.
200 damage.
Listen to this.
Gonna be a lot.
Kind of glad I kicked the cat.
That is 34 points of piercing damage, and you are also knocked prone 20 feet.
Knocked down the
Yeah.
statue.
So the Honourable Knight is smashed backwards like 20 feet, falls back into the streets and remains of the buildings surrounding this part of the city, and you guys can see like a significant amount of scoring and like across its body from this bite that it did as it smashed into the walking statue. But that's
Still
not
one for
all.
the team.
There's more?
No, and then while the knight's down, it rears up and slashes at its body with one of its claws.
Do you have advantage against prone?
Do any of you
Yes.
guys have like a laser pointer?
I have some glowing horn caps. I don't think it quite works like a laser pointer.
That's a 29 to hit.
That's a hit.
Oh god, there's even more dice to roll.
Oh, jeez.
Just roll one.
I'm surprised they don't just like tell you to roll d20s or something.
Yeah, that would save me a lot of time.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh.
Also, you get to a certain point where you roll so many dice, and then there stops being any real variance to it. Like 100 d4s, like, it's pretty much always going to come out of it.
So that's 42 slashing damage from the first claw attack.
First, what do you mean first?
And then with one of its other claws, it's like it swipes down again.
Roll with advantage.
That is a 34 to hit, which is a definite hit. I
think
don't
it's
know why I
best.
bother rolling, to be honest. Like, listen to this, listen to your doom. Okay.
I think it's time for a legendary action.
Yep.
Oh yeah, good. That's a good plan.
Oh, I can make 2 legendary actions.
Have you got a legendary uppercut? That would be great right now.
He does, in fact, have a swipe attack, doesn't he, Has?
It does.
That is 46 points of slashing damage from the second attack. Then one of its other arms beneath those 2 forepaws also slashes the Honourable Knight while it's down.
This thing hasn't taken any attacks. What's going on here?
That is a...
Have we thought what will happen once this thing's dead? Like once the Honourable Knight's been killed? Like.
That's a 26 to hit. Is that still a hit?
The
that's
rest
a
of
hit.
us.
Yeah.
God, okay.
Is the option of running away still available?
We can only try to run away.
We got to do a legendary action after this.
It's a shame we couldn't do the weakening breath before this horrible mauling.
It can be used at the end of another creature's turn, right? So
Yeah.
That's 49 points of slashing damage from the third attack, and then its other left side paw behind the 2 forepaws also
Oh my God,
rakes down at the right, and you can see the Honourable Knight is significantly damaged. Like it's being reduced. Like there's just great score marks from the claws, great channels running all the way across its body from every strike that it does. Bits of its stone exterior is starting to crumble and fall away. Good God, that is...
Guys, I think he's trying to kill us.
That is
What?
a...
Why would he be trying to do that?
I don't
He
think
He
this
just
is a
really
nice
doesn't
game.
like statues.
Pretty rude.
We're gonna be
That's a
fine.
30 to hit, so that's definitely a hit.
I really want to know how much damage this thing did in one turn.
Well, he's gone from 300 hit points to 185. So
Still
far.
going.
That is 54 points of slashing damage with
Oh my
that
God.
hit.
So
It-
now, so
is-
it's
is-
131 hit points.
So,
From
169.
what's left of the Honourable Knight's head is basically just like a piece of stone projecting from its shoulders. Most of its facial features and its chest have just been
He doesn't.
No.
scored and ripped away. So it's just this approximation of a human torso with a little lump for where the head used to
Just but a
be.
scratch.
That's its go. It's now.
Legendary action.
It's now.
Legendary action.
Legendary action. Okay, cool. Go for
Yeah,
it.
Go.
He's gonna swipe him with his sword.
hmm
He's gonna be like, yeah.
With
Oh,
disadvantage
Craig, I
though,
can't
'cause
edit this,
you're
by the way.
you're prone, aren't you?
The Sips thing.
Sips page, yeah.
No, you won't be able to.
I'm just gonna message you with the damage you took last week so you can add it.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Has?
Can I do that, prone? Swing my sword?
Yeah, but with disadvantage because you're
Oh,
prone.
okay, cool. Alright. That's, do a bit of quick math.
He got a lot of his health gone last week.
Shit. Okay. Oh dear.
Yeah.
That's 34 to hit.
That is
With
a hit.
disadvantage.
Nice. Roll your
Yeah.
damage.
I rolled 19, and I rolled.
I mean, we don't know if that's an accurate
So I was like,
max.
It'll
hit
do.
point.
It'll do for now, Cap.
Yeah.
okay, cool. So it's 3d12 plus 10. What a bit.
By the way, I had to quit my music player in the background because I think it was just eating up so much
Oh, is that what was doing it?
CPU that it was tanking
Oh.
everything. So
He takes
Shame.
we've got no
So-
music today.
plus 10. It's.
To be honest, we can never hit music anyway. So.
Yeah.
I've had to turn down my sound on my headphones and my screen brightness because my iPad was battery was going down even when it was plugged in. So it's going on now. I was like, oh god, I'm on 2%.
So if Max vanishes, we know why.
Yeah, I was about to say, and I
Yeah.
just
It
checked.
takes 40 points of slashing damage.
Nice.
40, that's good. Okay. So the beast like takes the hits across its underside and some of it, like it's the upper arms of its forepaws, and that wound is like a significant injury. Like it bleeds profusely, but then the bleeding stops, and the wounds seem to like suck the blood back inside and it partially heal. Yeah.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
This seems completely fine.
So what was the damage, sorry, that I did previously? Was somebody tracking it? Because I forgot to do that, which is bad of me.
No, we got it. To the Honourable Knight.
Yeah, what damage did I do?
169 total.
169, okay.
But we're keeping track of his health.
So that is...
I hope this thing doesn't heal as much as it causes damage or something.
Oh, God. Okay.
Don't like that laugh.
That was an evil cackle.
I don't know how I'm going to win this.
Yeah, so you see its wounds like basically knitting themselves back together right before your very eyes.
Right.
It's now Boggart's go. So, what are you doing,
Cool.
Boggart?
Kill it,
On Bramble's shoulders.
I'm going to cast firewall like around the two creatures on top of its head.
Okay.
Is this cat an actual cat? So does it actually have fur?
Yeah, it does.
It's fleshy.
Mm-hmm.
So what will the fur burn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do enough damage.
It's gonna get a little halo.
I mean, you don't know how resilient this creature's fur is to things. You don't know.
True, that's true.
If we,
Find
can
out.
we can make a nice fur coat out of a cat.
Make a dex saving throw for both of those guys.
Okay.
It depends whether you want
Big scary monster.
the creature to take it as well, because I'm casting it on the creature's like head.
I will. Okay, so that is a 24 but a nat 20 from Warduke. So he sees it coming, and you see him just disappear again. Like he just like a portal opens up around, like a rift in reality that just envelops him and he disappears.
He
So
can't do reactions.
It's not a reaction.
There you go.
It's a prepared spell, like a pre-prepared spell.
Ow.
Do you want me to tell you what it is?
For being a wuss, that's what it is.
You know what? I don't have to justify myself. I'm the fucking dungeon
No, you
master.
don't.
Okay,
Is
and
it there's a spell called contingency or something like that?
I'm not going to
Certain
reveal my
conditions.
secrets to you, Michael Picton.
Yeah, certain conditions and that then casts a spell.
that is a
I don't remember if that's in 5th edition or not.
13. That is a failure, I believe, for the pilot of on the beast's head.
This
And
is your captain here. We're about to get burnt.
okay, so that doesn't. Okay. And it rolls a 12, the beast did. So I'm assuming the beast fails, and so does the rider. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so they take. I just worked this out. 12, 15, 19, 20. They take 22 fire damage.
22. Okay.
And the fire doesn't disappear, it stays.
Yeah. So. So the beast like suddenly like snarls and raises its head up as this circle of fire erupts like a crown around its the top of its head, and you can see like fur and skin visibly singeing and burning where it manifests. But then it shakes its head, and I need to. This. Bear with me. I need to research this.
What colour is this cat?
It's like a russet kind of like gingery reddish brown.
Oh man, they're like my favourite types.
I know who this is.
Who's it?
Fucking Trundle.
It's Trundle?
It's Trundle.
Wait, what colour was Trundle?
Do you say that in character? You're in a hole at the minute, Gray. You're like
Right.
out of a hole. Okay, what level is this spell that you cast, Boggart?
It is a 4th level.
So it's
Oh my
4.
God.
It's a concentration, if that makes any difference.
So I just rolled a 22 to dispel it. So that I have to beat a 14. So as it shakes its head, the spell just like is just winked out immediately, like smoke just evaporates.
I hate you.
You say that a lot.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's my turn.
But you can see that the rider is still like smouldering from the injury that it received. So it did affect them. It wasn't wasted necessarily. It did its required damage.
That's fine. They'll have their chance.
Oh God.
It is now Kayla's turn, unless you want to do something else.
No, I'm done.
Okay.
Okay. We could try more fire.
Fire is good.
Yeah, because my plan was to fill the hole with more fire, but the fire hole is not there.
with more filling.
So
Yeah.
We'll make a new fire hole.
Kayla, wow,
Blackjack.
before you do anything
Focus.
in terms of attack, can you roll a perception check for me, please?
Yes. 15?
15. Yeah, that's more than enough. So there's something familiar about the figure riding on the head of this cat, and also the beast itself, and you recognise that this.
Oh no.
It suddenly occurs to you as you've had more time to study it, this in closer proximity, and it is in fact Trundle. It was a Hote's Fey companion, the Fey cat Trundle, now mutated and enlarged to gargantuan proportions, and the rider is actually a Hote.
Oh my god!
Your former druid companion from another plane.
Oh,
Somehow
fuck.
gone bad. You don't know what happened to cause this, but he is commanding Trundle to wreak havoc upon Waterdeep.
Oh, he drank the Kool-Aid, guys.
Drank the fucking Kool-Aid. Guys, does that look like a Hote to you?
So only
Who's that?
you and Cray Cray
Oh shit.
know who a Hote
Of
is,
course.
because he was one of the original party members when the Misfits
didn't
first
say that.
formed.
You
So
could say that. I mean,
Well, I'll be like,
how
oh.
good's
Hote?
Cray Cray's hearing?
Actually, Ezra
Ezra
would
might
know
have,
him
yeah,
if I ever met
yeah.
him, because Ezra did sort of study the Misfits before me.
Oh yeah, so you would
Oh, I
know of
guess,
him
yeah.
then. Yeah. So if
Bramble
Kayla
would probably-
says that, you would be like, oh, your
Bramble
former
might
friend.
also know because he's an Inquisitor, so he was sent after Tupa, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. So yeah,
So
you
he
would
might-
probably know of him. You would know who a Hote is. Boggart hasn't got a clue.
Bramble has
Well,
no-
I think that might be.
either.
It looks like. I'm pretty sure that's a Hote. I don't know what's going on. Why? How has this happened?
oh no.
Oh no. Maybe. Oh.
Well, I don't think he means well for us or the rest of this city, so we're going to have
Yeah,
to
I
stop
feel
him.
like we can't exactly
There's
rationalize with him right now. Am I close enough to cast detect thoughts on a Hote? Or oh no, I think I've got to touch him to do that, don't I? Hold on.
I think so.
Does
Yeah.
Peter remember that the Hote is like really flammable?
Especially
He was
when in
like a
gas
leaf.
form.
Yeah, he was like a dry leaf, if I remember rightly.
Try and leave.
Oh, we did turn into a gas form a lot, didn't we?
Yeah.
He was gaseous form. Yeah.
Oh, he was mostly invisible and a gaseous form. Bless.
I think you've got 30 feet if you want to use detect thoughts.
You'd have to.
I more
get-
just
know-
want to.
Do you know
I
what has a
want.
longer range than detect thoughts?
You'd have to get
What was
much
it,
closer.
Any
fireball?
fire spells.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
kill him, Kayla.
Isn't
Okay.
your friend no more?
We don't have time for
We don't have time to
silent
consider
chit-chat.
this. It's true.
There's
It's
no
true.
chance to reminisce.
Nope. Well, I was gonna see if he's flammable. That's what I'm gonna see. Okay, I'm gonna do a fireball then.
That's
Fireball.
entirely acceptable.
Oh look, it's my friend from
Fireball.
the past. Let's burn.
So is that going to hit the big creature as well?
Yeah, I'm going for like
Nice.
top of the head, where they both are. He's with the big bad, the bad one that hurts us a lot. That's hard to kill.
Teleported, or is he?
Wait,
still-
he's the one who took Chupa, isn't he?
He took a few people.
He took
Yeah,
Chupa and he
apparently.
had the heads of
Twig and
Oh.
Boz.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Something weird's going on. Explode first, ask questions later.
Correct.
That's the Misfit way.
Not them on
Okay.
fire.
So you've got to do. I'm gonna aim it, towards where they both are on the top of the head.
Okay, so Warduke has disappeared. Like, and
Okay.
he opened up a rift in reality and stepped through it, and he's now gone as far
okay.
as you know.
Well,
Hote
Top
and
of the head
Megatrundle.
So
Dex
Hote
save.
and Mega Bramble, yeah, Mega Trundle, sorry.
Mega Trundle, yeah. So it's Dex saving.
Okay. So I'll do a Hote first. Darker Hote. That is an 18 for her Hote, and
Okay.
for the creature, it is a 7. Only a 7.
Okay, so the Hote takes half and full for the kitty
Trundle.
kid.
Megatrundle.
So it's 28 total. So 28 and then
14 for
Yeah.
Hote, I guess.
fire damage, by the way.
Nobody ever wondered what type of damage you were using.
It's not water damage.
Just in case. Just in case.
It's the one time you use your chromatic orbs to change it, we would just be surprised. We'd be like, what?
I know, yeah. Wait, what?
Okay, so
That's
both
okay.
of them take the hit, are enveloped by the flames and visibly like scorched by the effect, but they're both still standing and aggressing, towards you. There's no change in their demeanor. They're still actively malicious towards you and the city. Anything else?
I'm not within range, I think.
Do you want to say anything to a Hote?
Can he hear me?
Yeah, probably, if you shout loud
I mean,
enough.
we're swooshing around.
I mean, it's up to you.
Uh,
If you don't think he'll be able to hear you, then you don't have to.
no, I'm going to leave it for now.
Okay.
The roaring
to-
of the fire that you
Don't you
just...
have thaumaturgy as a tiefling?
Yeah, you can make your
I do.
voice boom.
Oh, yeah, I can. I don't know what to say.
Oh, you bitch.
What the fuck?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
What the fuck, man?
Hey, the fuck?
What the fuck, man? What the
That's-
fuck?
So in response, Ahote screams at you. It's your fault my sister is dead!
I don't
Burn this world! Burn you all!
You had a sister?
You got a
We've killed a
sister?
lot of people.
so long, I
Could you be more
can't.
specific?
He should have told us that when he was gassy at all and he couldn't communicate.
Was it one of the little kids?
I know, right? I was about to say.
It's probably a kid.
Do you want me to remind you of Ahote's backstory so that you've got some
Yeah.
context? So the reason why he was in this realm, having come from his home plane, was that his sister was captured by interplanar slavers and sold to somebody in the Forgotten Realms, and he was in pursuit of his sister, trying to find and
Did you ever
liberate
tell
her.
us any of this?
And
No.
he left your party after a few adventures, after the Daggerford incursion by the cult of Farizdun, and to go and try and find his sister because he got a clue as to where they might be, which was in Thay. And you don't know what has happened to him since then. Like, you haven't heard anything, and so something pretty terrible has obviously occurred to turn him this way. Though he was always a bit of an odd and curmudgeonly figure anyway. So, you know, it probably wouldn't have taken much to prod him into the dark side.
God damn.
Well, if you'd stayed with us, we could have helped.
It's because of you this is all happening! You morons!
How dare... more!
Rude!
What about all the sisters that your great monstrosity might be killing underneath its feet as it walks?
I care nothing for other people's sisters now. This world needs to be wiped from the face of reality.
Well, you've got some issues to work through, my friend.
My only issue is with all of you.
I barely know you.
You're guilty by association, fool.
Someone else throw a fireball, please.
Okay,
Who's next?
it's Cray Cray's go now if you don't want to do anything else, Kayla.
I'm good, I don't think I could do anything else.
Have you been keeping track of things that you've been doing with your whip, by the way, in relation to...
Yeah, I haven't lit it up yet.
Yeah. Cool. No, just
I've
keep
just
on...
been going, I know.
Just keep on top of that.
I will.
Okay, Cray, can you do a perception check to see if in this tunnel that you're digging for yourself to find Khan, you can hear any of this going on? Because you do have, like, supernatural hearing, so...
Oh, shit!
Nat 20?
It's a nat 20!
Alright, so yeah, you pause for a second in your excavation to hear, like, all of this commotion and shouted conversation going on a few, like, 100 feet above you or something. But it's now your turn, so are you going to continue to just dig down into the rubble to find...
I need to beat the odds.
Okay. So Ezra would have told you roughly how far down it would be, and so, I mean, let's say it will take you like 4 turns to dig to far enough down to try and find the cavity where it may be contained. So you've got to, if you want to continue digging, you're going to have to do another strength athletics check to get further down into the debris.
Yeah, I'll do this.
Oh,
That was weird.
It's a heartbeat, random heartbeat.
Where did that come from?
What's that noise? Strength athletics, you say?
Yep.
That is 31.
That's good, yeah. So you make it even further. You're just like throwing lumps of rock and pieces of, like, large pieces of bone out from around, and amongst all the other various bits of rubble, like timber and etc. There might even be some dead bodies that you're having to like shift to the side to create a space.
Out of the way, Jack!
Sorry.
Simon, go away!
So it's now Sif's go. So he's currently on the back of Oranax with you guys, I'm assuming. Oh no, he's not, is he? What did you decide to do with him? Did he
I
get
think
onto?
we would have put
Yeah,
on Oranax.
Yeah. So
Would
he's on
be.
Oranax, flying through the air a relative distance away from Megatrundle.
Who's this, Sif?
Yeah. So who
He
wants
has,
to pilot him?
He has burning hands.
Do you want to do
Apparently,
it, Craig? Because you didn't really get to have a turn, did you? Just with
Yeah.
digging. So.
Can do. He should probably heal. He is literally nearly dead.
Oh yeah, cool.
Is he still at one of the potions?
Oh. Because was he the one who rolled down the back of the previous thing and got fucked up? Was that
Me.
was you?
I used all mine.
I don't know if he's used all his.
I've got one left. I was gonna give it to.
Is it greater healing? No, is it superior?
I've got a potion of superior healing, and I have a gummy.
Yeah,
Gummy, yeah.
Yeah, I can give you the gummy.
Jelly
I can
baby.
give,
Was that 8d8? 8d4, sorry. Superior.
Can we use those as bonus actions?
Potion of superior healing is 8d4 plus 8. And I was gonna give one to Ezra if he was.
Yeah, can we use those gummy things as bonus actions?
Yes, you can. Mm-hmm.
It's a bit late, but could I have done that as my bonus action?
Yeah,
my turn?
I'll allow it. I will allow that. Yeah.
Was it 8d8?
Yeah, Bramble was gonna pull out a vial for Ezra, then he just sees he's eating his own, and he's gonna. Oh, okay. Put it back. I won't be nice to this guy.
So if he does that as a bonus action, then we'll have to do something else as a normal. Whoa, what has he got?
Yes, Searing Bolts and Searing Sunburst.
I don't know if he actually has them. I think that's part of the monk school. It was on that by default, so
Okay.
I don't think he does have that. Unless he has it today. He'd probably just, I don't know, doesn't really sound like a Sith thing to do, but the only thing he could do is get on it and start punching it somewhere.
You can like jump down and just like
Unless this thing's got a butthole, right?
It's a cat.
Beneath its tail, probably. Yeah.
Can you
Wait,
try
wait.
and engage a Hote in
Yeah,
hand-to-hand
you can
combat?
try to engage a Hote in fisticuffs.
Isn't that area like on fire?
No.
No.
It's
The
only-
creature
only-
dispelled the wall of fire on its head.
Yeah.
Kayla just hit it with a fire.
I just
ball.
went,
Oh, okay. So it's not sustained fire then.
No.
wait for a little bit while the hair burns off, but once that's gone.
Got a ball patch, just like right there.
Like a monk.
Yeah.
This is
The
it.
smell of burning hair. Ugh. Gross.
He'll be down there in the muck of it, wouldn't he?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. He's going to jump down and try and punch Dark Ahote.
Okay.
Dahote.
Whilst Jelly Baby.
Is
Did you?
there-
Sorry. Did you find the baby Khan?
So
Not
no,
yet.
no, he's
Not
using
yet.
Sif at the minute and still digging down. So
Oh, okay.
can one of you, whoever is controlling Oranax, can you just make 2 dex saving consecutive dexterity acrobatics saves for me, please? Because he's got to get close enough to the head to deposit Sif onto the crown to face off against the Hote. You're gonna have to avoid its limbs as it's swiping at Oranax as he's
I
soaring.
rolled
Is this a
18. Oh,
is this
no.
an ability check or a saving throw?
Saving throw, please.
Add 4 and add D4 as well.
Okay, I rolled 18 and a nat 20.
Nice.
Oh,
So
that'll be
Oranax
huge.
deftly just weaves underneath the paws as they strike out into the air to try and bring him down, and he's like, "You'll have to do better than that, Bladio!" Ha ha! And he's like, "Get him!" he says to Sif, and Sif can jump down onto the head without issue. He's a monk. He's got acrobatic
Can you do some sort of like
flying fist
Superman
attack.
punch or something?
Yeah, if he wants to, if he hits. So
Do it.
roll to
You
attack.
can do like a Luke Hangs, but
What the mid-air bicycle?
bicycle could. Yeah. I had to do my fingers. I can't do it in any other way.
In the original Mortal Kombat, though, isn't it just like he's a static sprite? Doesn't make any animation. He just goes.
I know that's a different one. He's got two. He's got the bicycle kick, and he's also got the whoa.
Is this
So-
Sif who's attacked?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you want me to roll or?
Yeah. If you've got you do it. You've got the stats up.
What did we decide he's doing?
So I guess just a melee attack,
You're
but
on
roll with advantage because he's got that amulet.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Thank God.
I didn't give him bless though. So.
23 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Do we need to keep track of how many times we've rolled with advantage?
Yes, please.
The kitty cat kaiju in person.
Where's Mace?
Make your cat roll initiative.
Ooh. Monk, right? All kinds of shit.
Cat versus cat.
So that's 8. Whatever damage his fists do, who fucking knows? Magical damage.
Is that on the character sheet?
Well, this one does radiant damage, but I don't know if Pat's does.
Yeah, let's say it does. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just use what you've got.
Okay, and then
So what's the damage?
it was 8.
8. Okay.
And I guess he'll use a key point or whatever,
Yep.
and do his flurry of blows.
Oh, I forgot. It's too late now. But you would have had advantage on that first attack anyway because he was sparkling.
Oh yes. True. Do you have to
But
roll?
that's
do the-
meant you've got sparkles on them.
Yeah, you have to roll another attack.
And it gives you 2 more unarmed strikes. Okay.
I'm just imagining like a slow motion like hit and just like as you hit it, like sparkles just fly out.
Yeah.
Instead of blood, it's just glitter.
Just like ding
So
ding ding.
20, non-natural 20 to hit. I'm
Yep,
assuming
that's
that-
a hit. Yep.
So there's. So that first one is 6. I just rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
Roll all the damage dice.
How many would that? So it's damage dice, then it's 2 more damage dice. I rolled 3. Ooh. That's 14. 22.
22. So
Yeah.
Sif leaps down and it does like a mid-air punch on a Hote, which staggers him back, and then as he lands, he just closes in and just goes boom, 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 delivers multiple other blows, and you Sif notices that Ahote's body is covered in bark-like armor all over, but as he lands the hits, the armor shatters and splinters away from his body, revealing his flesh underneath, still clothed obviously, but and he strikes those vulnerable points as well. And Ahote is brought to his knees, coughs up blood, it's like, "I failed you all. I failed my family." and then he sinks into Trundle's body. It's like the flesh
Garth
starts
from
to
Naruto?
to sort of form over Ahote, and he just disappears into Mega Trundle's
What the hell?
head.
What the fuck happened?
And then and then Mega Trundle swipes a clawed paw up at where Sif is on its head. So it's going to make an attack.
Well, that was disturbing.
That's 26 to hit. I'm assuming that hits on Sif.
Does he have any reaction? I don't think deflect missile is going to cut this guy.
It's like palm it off.
Oh my god.
So he's going to take.
Even after that superior potion, he's not in a good position.
You take 39 points of slashing damage as its talons like perforate his body. Is he still standing?
He's got 2 hit points
So
left.
his guts are almost ripped out of his body by the blow, and he's staggered back, and bleeding profusely. And you can see that Sif is just struggling to hold his intestines in, and blood is pouring from the wounds. He's
Pat's gonna be so mad if we kill this character.
All right. It'll be okay, actually. He's a half-orc. He's got a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I forget what it's called. but I know what
Okay.
you mean.
So is that it for Sif?
Yeah. He's dead.
It's now Oranax's go. So he's kind of like flying like roughly over the top of the creature's head, which is like a short distance above it. From when.
Oh shit, Aaron, sorry.
What?
He's got 2 attack actions per turn.
So do some more if you want to. Do some more attacks on the beast's head. If you
You
want
can
to
use
do
his
that.
intestines to strangle it.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Hardcore.
17, does that hit?
No,
not.
unfortunately not.
There we go, the fates were sealed.
No, to be honest, let me say this. He's on the giant beast's head.
Yeah.
So how can he miss? Let's say they're auto hits.
Okay.
Because it's
Unless
a huge.
Unless it's the hide is too tough and there's blows
Okay,
not.
all right, yeah. So roll with advantage then. Let me give you that, at least.
Oh, well, advantage. I should
Yeah.
have rolled with advantage anyway.
Yeah, you should have rolled with advantage anyway.
18.
No, so you just can't penetrate through the beast's like extremely dense hide, and the fur is so thick. The fibers, like the weave of the fibers, also adds like an additional barrier before you can get to the flesh beneath. Anything else? Has he got another attack?
Right, he's just spitting blood everywhere.
Is that it then? I thought he had 2 more actions.
Well, I'd already attacked.
Well, that was the second one, I think.
What was the first one? Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I used the bonus actions of an attack, which
Okay.
has would be points.
So it is Oranax's turn. So who's piloting the dragon?
That was
Is that me as well?
I mean, what do you
Oh my
want him to
God.
do? Yeah, you can do it if you want, Craig, because you've not really had a turn with Craig, have you? So
Who else has the dragon stats though? Because I don't want to like hog everything.
Max, do you want to do the
Sorry.
dragon?
Okay, I'll do it. I've
I
got
don't
it.
have it at the moment, so
Okay.
let Craig.
Did we want to do the weakening breath thing?
yes.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
Okay, yeah. So Oranax is going to like lift his head back and.
Were we supposed to have tried to recharge any of his stuff?
You have to at the beginning of the turn. If it requires a recharge, you have to roll a d6 and get the
We
appropriate
did
score.
it before. So
Okay,
yeah,
and we got it. Okay.
we did. Yeah. How close are we actually before I do this?
Well,
Well, we just swooped down to drop off.
yeah, you're probably
Sif,
about
so
20
pretty
feet
close.
above it, the top of its head, something like
Yeah.
that.
Near its head, yeah.
Yeah.
So Oranax is going to aim for Trundle mouth
Okay.
and like do a blast into his face. Hopefully,
Godzilla style.
in the mouth.
Okay.
Can you do a strength saving throw, Aaron?
Yeah.
So, Oronax is like King Ghidorah, isn't he? When you think about it.
Yeah. Yes.
That is a 22.
You fail.
Okay.
So you now have a blast of weird weakening breath, whatever the fuck that looks like. Does it go into the facey mouth area?
Yeah, so as like Megatrundle is like screeching in rage at Ahotei's defeat, Oronax chooses this moment to like unleash this like breath attack straight into its gullet.
So you now have disadvantage on strength-based attack rolls, strength checks, and strength saving throws for 1 minute, which is
10 rounds. Okay, cool. Anything else for Oronax?
I don't think he has bonus actions, does he? No.
No.
Can he fly back towards Sif?
He's right above him, so he could probably use the rest of his movement to get a bit lower and try and pick him up if you want.
Yeah, if not him, then one of you guys, because Sif is going to die.
Make a Dex Acrobatics check for me, please.
With Oronax?
Yeah.
That is a huge 8.
Oh dear. So no, he doesn't make it. So Sif like drops just as Oronax swipes to try and grab him in a claw, and misses him, and then Megatrundle swipes up with one of its paws in an effort to rake across Oronax's torso. See what he gets. That's probably not going to hit actually. 22 to hit.
22 is his AC.
Okay, so it does hit. So it just catches Oronax as he's trying to rescue Sif across his chest.
Sorry, man.
That is a 48 points of slashing damage on Oronax. Okay. Is that it for Oronax's turn? I believe it is, really, isn't it? Because that's all he can do. So he's now gone, so I don't need to worry about that. Okay, so a hazard is going to happen as a consequence of all of this going on in the city, and I've just realised I've left the document in the other room, so give me a second.
Bring back Turban Wizard.
Yeah.
Well, don't bring back Turban Wizard.
Kill him. That's why I think. Kill him.
And he's there.
Just found a blanket in the shape of a fried egg.
I'm back. Okay, so let's see what happens.
Have you seen that blanket in the shape of a tortilla wrap?
Yes.
That thing is great.
Stampede. Blimey, what's this?
No, that sounds bad. Let's not have that.
Okay, so you see a number of people like in the streets below, like amongst all the ruins and chaos that's going on as these giants are fighting, running around, trying to escape from being trampled by Megatrundle. can each of you make a strength saving throw, please?
Everyone on Oranax gets +4 and +d4.
But it's for these pedestrians. It's not for
Oh,
you.
right, sorry.
So
Oh.
just do like a flat saving throw, please.
Okay.
Oh, what saving throw?
Do they have a modifier?
Strength. They have.
Affiliates -4.
I hope they've got a modifier.
They have a modifier of 0.
Well,
God.
Well, I rolled a 1.
Oh my
I rolled a
goodness.
19.
Oh, well done, Max. You saved
I
somebody.
saved one of them. Maybe one of the kids that I
yeah,
want dead. So.
a number of the. So what did you all get? Sorry, what was that?
6.
So
19.
1.
anybody else
Well,
get above 15?
no.
So only one person amongst all of them, as they're running as a group. What did you get? Sorry.
Looks like
19.
Haz and Cat got above 15.
No, Haz and
No.
Max, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got.
I did not get above 15.
Okay, so two of the 6 people at the head of this group rushing to try and escape from being crushed under one of Megatrundle's paws, managed to get just ahead of its talons and dive to the floor as its paw comes out and splatters this group of pedestrians.
They won't drown.
Did I roll for their fate?
You did.
Oh no.
You're responsible for this.
I would like each of you that failed to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
As our characters.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? I'm digging.
Those of us on Oranax get
Oh,
+4 and +d4.
Wisdom save, you say?
23. I'm very wise.
23.
Oh no.
What about the rest of you?
10.
Oh, that's a failure. Everybody
So
else?
despite all those buffs, only 14.
So all of you that failed have got to do this. So, what did you get, Ezra?
Just 14.
14. Okay, so those of you that failed, you are shaken by witnessing these poor people being like so casually
Oh, I'm just heartless.
terminated. And you're going to have disadvantage on all of your rolls over the next round. So just for one round, you'll have disadvantage on your rolls.
Oh man, I'm digging a hole.
Yeah.
How did I even see that?
You heard it, Craig, with your superior hearing. You heard the screaming and the sound of their bones being crushed and their bodies squelching as they are crushed beneath Trundle's paw. So who wants to roll a D100 to see what the accumulated damage of the allies arrayed against these beasts on the ground might be?
I'll give it a roll.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll roll a 57.
57. Okay. It's nothing to snort at. That's pretty good.
Middle of the road.
Okay, so various attacks, like a volley of projectiles and magical attacks, are like a blast and penetrate Megatrundle's body, and it like jerks and flinches from being struck by some of these. You know, it takes noticeable damage from these blasts and bolts from ballistas, etc. And then it's back to the top of the round. So I think we'll pause there and resume next time, because you guys have got to go to bed, haven't you? So
Go to bed.
I don't know what it is you need to do. I don't know why you need to go to bed at 10 o'clock. I've forgotten. I'm sorry.
Well, normal bedtime is 9, so...
Oh my God. Who are you?
I get up at
9.
Yeah.
Mine is 11 on a good day.
Is it? Wow.
God, you're all so middle-aged.
Mine's 10:30.
I
woke
tried
up,
to
like,
be in bed
4
by 10.
times with Faye last night.
You
Oh.
got kids, it's different. I go to sleep at 10:30 and I wake up like 5 just to go to the gym. I'm like, just so I can get out of the way.
Good God.
But that's 7.5 good hours of sleep, and there is a big difference
of
between
course there's a
good
difference.
sleep and interrupted
Yeah.
sleep.
Well,
Of course there is.
It's true.
cool. Thanks for playing, everyone. We'll try and fix the problems that we've had before next time, but I'm not confident. So at
I
least
mean, it's been smooth.
we
the
managed
rest
to
of the
get at
session.
least one episode streamed out of the recent
After,
lots.
Yeah,
after the
yeah,
initial
it sounded
blips,
fun.
it's been working pretty well.
Yeah. So I mean, if anybody's watching, thank you for persisting through this via our problems. And we'll,
Whoever you are.
yeah, whoever. 1d4+1 said hello to us in the chat, so wave to those guys. Yeah. And watch them because they're also good. They're all good and great people. They also stream D&D. So 1d4+1. They're on everything: YouTube, Twitch, etc., etc. They have podcasts and streams of multiple different games. We're playing the module Invasion from the Planet of Terrasques by James Introcaso, which is available to buy on the Dungeon Masters Guild. We've obviously warped and perverted it to suit the narrative of our campaign, but the fundamental basis for this is from that adventure. So if you like what we've been doing to it, in its pure form, it's probably a lot more cohesive and and less OP. But I fucked all the balancing up. My adventures are also available on Dungeon Masters Guild if you want to be kindly donate to the fund of Aaron, because I need it, please.
Food bank that is.
Please buy my stuff. There's the Fox and the Fae, Crafters with Gremlins, and then there's also the Blood Ties anthology, which my adventure, The Crimson Well, features as part of. And there's 12 other excellent adventures as part of that release, which are all worthy of your time. So if you would be kind enough to sling some shekels my way and theirs, that'd be great. Anyway, we'll be back next week. I'm now going to try and launch the outro. The theme wasn't working last time, so I don't know if it's going to work. One of you guys is watching the stream. Will have to tell me.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, let me know. So here it goes. So be kind, be creative, play D&D. Goodbye.
Bye.
Here goes.
Cool.